Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets were up about 0.25 to about 0.5%. They in fact managed to close at the record new high as we had positive cues coming out from China and Eurozone, both in terms of further liquidity easing. The People's Bank of China has decided to cut the 10-year bond yields by about 40 basis points to about 5.65, and even the 1-year bank deposit rates have been slashed by about 30 basis points. That led to a big surprise move for most of the markets. Even European markets were up anywhere from 1 to almost about 3.8% on the back of that. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, most of the markets like Hang Seng, Shanghai, Kospi, and other markets are up anywhere from 1 to almost about 2%. Japanese markets are shut today, and SGX Nifty is suggesting that we are going to open up almost about 50 to 55 points higher, somewhere in the range of about 8550 levels. In terms of flows, friends, FIs were net buyers to the tune of about 123 crore. The domestic institutions were buyers to the tune of about 138 crore. And in the index futures, the FIs were buyers to the tune of 238 crore. Back home, we had a very strong session for our markets on Friday. Right from the word go, the Bank Nifty crossed 18,000 mark, and most of the prominent banks were up anywhere from 2 to 4%. So the likes of ICICI Bank, State Bank of India, PNB, so on and so forth, they really clocked the gain of about 2 to 4%. So overall sentiment continues to be positive, and with further positive developments from the China and the Eurozone, the liquidity situation looks like it's going to be much better. We are going to have a winter session of Parliament starting from today. So depending upon how some of the key bills are introduced and dealt with in the Parliament is what the market is keenly watching out for. On that note, let me invite Sadhana to take us through important FNO cues and ideas that we can have from the FNO desk.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. The Indian benchmark indices showed an enthusiastic performance on Friday's trade. As we have seen, the Nifty started the session on flattish to positive note, but very soon it was continued to trade with upward bias, positive bias. As many of the blue chip counters like mainly banking stocks were trading with positive bias, such as ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, SBI, due to which Nifty hit a fresh intraday high as well as lifetime high above the mark of 8,500 at around 8513 odd levels, and finally ended its session at 8492 levels with a gain of close to 1%. In this period, we have seen that long positions were built up by market players as open interest has increased by 3.21% from 2 crore 46 lakhs to 2 crore 52 lakhs, 2 crore 54 lakhs. Approximately 7.90 lakh shares were added in Nifty futures. Also, Nifty futures price increased by approximately 80 rupees. But cost of carry is decreased by 5.68% from 11.45% to 10.80%. Also, Nifty futures premium decreased marginally from 18 points to 15 odd levels. On the options front, PCR is increased significantly by 7.21% from 1.11 to 1.19, which is clearly indicating that put option has seen good build-up in call option. But on Friday's trade, we have seen that call option has shedded its shares, approximately 12 lakh shares, it shedded its shares in open interest, whereas put option has added approximately 35 lakh shares in open interest. India VIX is continuously trading with negative bias. On Friday, it was down by 2.26% from 14.17 to 13.85%. In the call options activity, we have seen that 8,400, 8,500, also 8,600 has reduced its shares in open interest, whereas put option 8,300 has reduced its shares in open interest, but 8,400 and 8,500 was most active put option in Friday's trade. As we have seen that approximately 140% shares were added in 8,500 put option. There are two securities in ban period today. One is HDI, second is Unitech. And yesterday, on Friday, FIs were net buyers of 226 crore in index futures. They were net sellers of 41 crore in index options. They were net sellers of 380 crore in stock futures. And they were net sellers of 139 crore in stock options. Our Friday CVM stands at 8450. Lower range for the market would be 8450. This would be very important level to watch for. And higher range would be 8600. Singapore Nifty is up by 55 points, which is at 8543. So we may see a gap up opening in Nifty futures today. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, let me take you to Sharekhan pre-market action, starting with trading ideas first. First of all, a long call on Cipla and Strides Icolab, as they've got UK approval to sell stomach acidity drug esomeprazole and asthma inhaler solution, the Zersos. So one can go long on Cipla with a stop loss of 618 and a target of about 638 to 645, and one can go long on Stridacolat with a stop loss of 735 and a target of about 765 to about 780. Coal India, the labor unions of Coal India have called off a strike planned for Monday in protest against the stake sale. That's a big relief for them, so one can go long there with stop loss of 341 and a target of about 355 to 360. The Competition Commission of India, CCI, has closed a case of cartelization amongst the cement companies for lack of evidence, so one can go long on Ultratech with a stop loss of 2460, target of 2530 to 2560, and Ramco Cement with stop loss of 340 and a target of about 349 to 352. Power Grid, the FI limit has already reached the cap, so FIs cannot buy any further shares from the market. So one can short Power Grid with a stop loss of 149 and a target of about 144 to 142. The winter session of Parliament is going to start today. The key bills to watch out for are the revised Constitution Amendment Bill to roll out GST, the Insurance Bill, the Coal Regulatory Authority Bill, Land Acquisition Bill, and the Real Estate Regulation and Development Bill. The Nepal Investment Board, headed by Prime Minister Sushil Kumar Koirala, has cleared the decks for Anil Ambani's Reliance Group foreign investment of about $400 million in southern Nepal. And Adani Power is all set to buy the Avantha Group's Korba West Power, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Avantha Power, which has an installed capacity of about 600 megawatts. And as per indications coming out from the SBI's chairman, Mrs. Arundhati Bhattacharya, the bank would come out with a roadmap of merger of its associate banks in a month's time. So that's an important development that the market is watching out for from the State Bank of India. The Finance Ministry has put the sale of stakes in companies like ITC and L&T on hold, as it is at the moment not required by the government, and the CCI has found a prima facie violation of competition norms in the proposed merger of Holcim and Lafarge, which could create the world's largest cement entity. Though the 1000 megawatt Neyveli Lignite power project in Tuticorin is ready, the statutory clearances like environment clearance are holding it up from becoming it operational. And Arvind is looking out to expand the presence of its Arvind store to about 165 versus about 142 at the moment. And Astral Polylink has acquired 76% stake in Resinova Chemi for a total deal value of about 212.8 crore. ICICI Bank has fixed the record date for the split as December 5th, and Infosys has fixed the record date as 3rd December for the allotment of bonus shares and stock dividend. And the board of Aurobindo Pharma has decided to raise close to about $132 million, about 1300 crore in terms of capex, and subsidiary of Indiawood Real Estate has emerged as the highest bidder for a land parcel of Voltas in Thane. Here is the stock list for the day traders. Stocks with positive bias are Wipro, M&M and ICICI Bank. Stocks with negative bias are HUL. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.